Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another altcoin video. Today, we are going to look at Polkadot, the fourth crypto coin in our altcoin package. And there are some minor changes since the last time, and overall, I have reason to be optimistic about in this particular project. And of course, we are going to talk about our wave counts so you guys know more about what's going on in the markets right now. So, and just like in Phantom, I want to say that for those viewers who don't know about our last video, we established a very substantial a very substantial wave 1 in the last months of December and January and February back then in this whole wave 1. As you can see it, with multiple 1-2 setups and extensive corrections in a wave 4, and we formed a top in last February at nearly $8 was it back then. And since then we have been in an extensive correction right here, very sharp wave A, and established a very clear B wave, much clearer than in other coins such as Phantom, and established a wave B top. And since then we have seen a substantial correction inside of a diagonal, like I pointed it out right here. And diagonals are really tricky, so I'm not quite sure if this correction is already over, but we have established a wave 1, 2 right here, traded downwards in this wave 3, and right now we have quite some sideways movements here, as you can see right here, zack, zack, zack. And there is a minor detail which I would like to point out. No, that's the wrong button. So this is of course a little misformed because I just switched the time frame, but I think you guys know what I want to talk about. This wave 1, 2, just like I described it, 3 and 4. And we had this impulse right here a few days ago, which broke all other highs right here in this zone. And I am not quite sure if we already finished this wave C correction, because this could be that this would all have been a wave 4, and of course this would mean that we would see another slight bottom here at around $5.10. But I have my doubts about this one, because I think it would be more fitting if the wave 4 top would have been here, and we would have seen a failing wave 5. That's a very, very rare Elliot wave pattern, and it's yes, rare, and usually happens right around when a market bottoms or tops out. And it's very convenient in the Elliott wave theory that a lot of investors get fooled by this because they expect further bottoms, but the market has already established this low right here. It's perfectly reasonable. This can happen because inside of this very, very small wave 5, we have seen a 5 wave bearish impulse right here, and that's just possible that we could have already bottomed out right here. To be fair, this isn't quite as important if you are a long-term holder and investor in Polkadot, but if you are a scalper or a more short-term oriented trader, you might gamble that this coin might come a little bit lower again. But I have to say, don't gamble your positions on this, that we could see another low, because it's perfectly possible that the bottom is already in this coin, and this would have been like this in a wave 5 and a wave 2, and this would have already been some sort of minor 1-2. But as long as we don't establish a new bullish impulses here, I still estimate that we would see another minor low, and this would be a wave 4. So of course, stay tuned. We will have to look at this isn't a big of a problem. Just like I said, if you are a long-term holder, I am not bothered by this. If Polkadot should reach another new low here at $5, but I think it's important to point out. So that's it in the short-term chart. Just keep in mind that alternative wave 2 is also still active. But as long as we stay above this cycle bottom at $4.23, this is nowhere possible. And let's lose a few words about the long-term counts. I just switched to the day chart time frame. As you can see, same wave 1 here and the ABC, just more simplified. And these are the price targets of the next wave 3 right here, as you can see at $11 at the 1.618 extension, and even $12 and approximately 42 cents is quite possible to happen in the next months if this whole microwave one should play out, because if this should be the bottom, then we would see quite an impulsive wave 3 right here, like this, reach our target of $11, establish a wave 4 correction and a very small wave 5 right here until we would establish this macro wave 1 and start our long correction, which should last for the whole period of fall this year. But of course, we will have to evaluate what's going to happen in the next months, and I think it would be a really good start if a lot of capital would shift into altcoins, because they didn't profit at all from Bitcoin's past rallies in March and April, and almost every altcoin is massively lagging behind. So first good step would be that we establish some sort of momentum right down here and establish this wave 3, just like I said. So I think that's quite a short update, but I think every important detail has been said, and the resistance, the support line here is clear, the scenario is clear. If you should have questions about this scenario, just message me directly or leave a comment below. I will answer every single question, so feel free to reach out to me. And have a good afternoon. See you guys in our Bitcoin and Ethereum update in a few hours. Goodbye.